Something a lot of us are missing in our lives is a great story or getting to experience an adventure, getting to be the hero or, getting to crush your opponent or be crushed by your opponent. I'm Christopher, the founder of Ballahack Airsoft, started it 18 years ago, and now we're voted the #1 outdoor park in America. But we have so far to go, and we've barely scratched the surface of what we want to build. I believe our differentiating factor is that story is going to be implemented into everything. Staying away from a KD ratio, staying away from just how many kills did you get. In other words, imagine this awesome communal experience where everyone has this shared experience and they're participating in it, and what they input dictates the outcome of what they get. If it's only about winning, like technically winning, well, you're going to lose sometimes. Like that's just a fact, especially when you're playing with hundreds of people and strategy and tactics come into play and, advantages or disadvantages that are outside of control. So I believe that focusing on experience is the most critical aspect of what we can do to build a better airsoft park and to build something that, can truly scale nationally. Some of the funnest times in my 18 years of playing airsoft hasn't just been, crushing the enemy. It's been being crushed by the enemy. And if you play airsoft, you know those moments where you're holding on, it's your last stand, and they end up just completely wiping you out. But it was still fun. Environment is important, and the environment begets the behavior, and how easy it is to imagine what you are doing is more than what it is or real. But it's the people, it's the shared idea and culture of this is what we're here to do. At the end of the day, even a very role play, story based, experience based event, it's still a game. And you can't play a game without rules and without understanding what those rules are. So getting everyone on the exact same page is one of the most critical things that you can do. And you can't just get people on the same page of understanding the rules or an objective or the desired result of something. They have to be on the same page emotionally. It's easier out here to run a 400, 500 person plus day than it is to run a 30 plus person day. It's like, well, why is that? There's way more people, way more potential problems. Well, our community is wonderful. They police themselves in many ways, but it's the energy. I mean, the more people that you have participating in it, as long as it's executed well, the higher the energy is going to be in that situation. And if you want to focus on story more than focus on competition, you don't need to be worried about someone having the opportunity to get eliminations as a secondary benefit of experience the story. Because when you have 200, 300 actual enemies out there and you know how to pull a trigger, I mean, you're going to get some action. So there's ways to make it to where everyone is winning with the experience. But ultimately, what we're pushing towards is a more realistic, more engaging, more dynamic, and more fun experience with what we're building here at Ballahack. One of the ways that I view our park is it's basically like a theme park, but with only one ride. It only has one roller coaster to go out on. And that is, we have a 99-acre field. We don't use all of that for gameplay, but we just go out on missions, then people come back. We also have our store and some concessions, but who would go to a theme park with only one ride? I think that there needs to be many layers to this, and there needs to be introductory layers of an experience before people are getting shot by BBs, right? You could go to the coolest theme park in the world and go to the coolest ride that there possibly is, and you could blindfold yourself and you could put earmuffs on and you could just experience that ride. But you didn't input into that experience. You just flowed through it. It's just to receive. It's also not communal. It's a group shared experience if you're with other people, but that's the unique thing about what we're building at Ballahack and airsoft in general. What you input dictates your outcome. We always tell people at our briefing that if you expect a great day, you're going to get a great day. If you expect a mediocre day, you're going to get one. And if you expect a crappy day, you're going to get one. So mindset and expectations is a huge part of contributing to an experience. And true magic actually starts happening when you have 400, 500, 600 people or 1,000 people like Rev adding to that experience for themselves and then for each other. It is the ultimate prefer others and then they're going to prefer you. So what you output, you get back in you. And that is transformational in people's lives. And that's one of the things that I love about what I have the honor of doing and building this park. and building these experiences and these events. Building a large scale experiential recreational entertainment facility, if done right, will also beat theme parks in that the more people that are at a theme park, the worse the experience is, the longer the wait is on the rides and everything like that. Currently, with our one ride, you can pull everyone out in a decent amount of time. But until we have our briefing hangar, until we have our giant video LED wall that simplifies, shortens briefings, makes them entertaining, and you have that cinematic video game pre-cut scene setting up the whole scenario, getting everyone in that mindset of saying, I understand what we're doing and I feel what we're doing. Instead of you're red, you're blue, it's you guys are this special forces unit and you guys are this research team protection group that blah, 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 blah. And then you add multiple elements to build up that believability, and that stuff matters more. People are willing to imagine more. They're willing to get more creative with what they're doing. And that's when the magic happens, when you're around people who are being creative, making those experiences for themselves and for others. The beauty about airsoft, if done right, the higher the volume of people there are, the better the experience is. As long as you have the right facilities and resources and staffing and planning, that's going into it. So I have spent 18 years learning and identifying what we need to build that perfect model that can sustain the 400 to 500 people during a block of several mission sets of gameplay, while accommodating everyone who's on and off the battlefield. And there are so many features that we've identified that will both solve the frustrations of our customers, our guests, our community, and create extreme differentiation from anything that you can do in the regular life. My dream would be that the second somebody pulls into our park, they're like, I'm not in Kansas anymore. They don't feel like they're part of their regular life. They're swept off their feet into the environment. There's a sense of discovery. There's a sense of exploration as they're, in the facility, whether it be just in the parking area or eating at the helipad or playing on the interactive shooting ranges, and then experiencing the missions themselves and going out there into the world to accomplish an objective with a bunch of strangers that you might just turn best friends with because you get in a crazy firefight with. When you're out there doing that, you're not thinking about those bills, you're not thinking about that loss in the family, you're not thinking about politics, you're not thinking about all the sorrows of the world, that negative relationship. You're living in the moment with people that you either know or people you don't know, and you're getting to share things with them, incredible things. So I guess that's really what I'm saying is this is all about human connection. Everything that we're building needs to enhance human connection. It needs to make it easier to socialize with people. There needs to be different levels of social areas where some are really loud and crazy and fun, some are more quiet and intimate for discussions and all of that. But at the end of the day, to connect families, to keep people's mental health strong, their physical health strong, a place where people can really challenge themselves and they can be seen and matter in a community. I mean, that's the beauty about airsoft, is if you can do this, you matter. You don't need to be a professional athlete. You don't need to be extremely intelligent. You don't need to have experience in the military to go out there and have fun and to feel rewarded by the actions you took and to learn from the actions that you took that you shouldn't have done. This is so much bigger than, way bigger than me, way bigger than Ballahack. It's about people having a real healthy social experience together and a real lasting human connection that transforms the lives of people in the community. Everyone who helps add to that, you're changing people's lives. And I thank you for doing that. We need more of that in this world. So we're doing an investment raise for $5 million in exchange for equity in the company with Vicinity Ventures. They are a community-based, grassroots, success-based company. And we have an overwhelming response so far, and I'm very thankful for that. If you want to look at that opportunity, there's a banner right at the top of our website that will take you to vicinityventures.co, and you can see what we're offering there and more of the plans of what we're building out here. Please drop a like and a comment and subscribe if you connect with this idea of human connection and how important it is. Whatever you do in life, stay safe, enjoy it, be creative, and peace.